right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dennis G.
And I'm Neon Fawkes.
Mr. Neon Fawkes, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right. I'm excited for tonight's show.
It is going to be great. I am very excited too. Now, we have two wonderful guests that are going to be on tonight, not just one, so you get two for the price of one.
Yeah, Tony Fiala and Michael Knight of Retrofuturism 101.
Yeah, this is very exciting. I am actually very excited because I think this might be our first movie composer that we've ever had on our show. We've had game composers on the show before. We've had composers on the show before, but not really any movies. So this is pretty awesome. You know, I feel like Valingo.
We're moving up in the world.
We are indeed. So this is very special, and we're going to have a lot of fun. It's a really cool movie, and we'll give you the lowdown in just a little bit. But before we do, we want to just greet everyone in the IRC chat and say hi.
Yeah. Let's. By the way, folks, if you're listening, say hi. If you're in YouTube or the IRC chat, come say hi. We'll throw out some shout-outs. Going to start off with the YouTube folks. We've got Steve T over in the YouTubes, as well as TA. Digital Love's there as well, and Blobs. Who else? Hang on. Let's see. Digital Love, Blobs. Let's go jump over the IRC. We've got Michael Knight's in there, so one of our guests. 2D Cat. We're going to hear a track from him right after this little intro. Booga's in the house. Dystarian, Jeff Creature, Craig Packman, all the way from Perth. Yeah. We got Kit, Snugs to Kit.
Can we make that a drinking game, Jules? Every time you say yeah, everyone takes a drink. I think we need to do like word bingo. I think that'll be great. Can we get somebody to work on that? Rex?
Of course. Let's see, we've also got someone named Free Mustache Rides.
Speaking of Rex.
Yeah, I know. Rex balls. And we got Kal-El Jaggers back in the house. Welcome back.
Very nice. We've
also got Disturbed Method. And, Armia has joined us, as well as Junebug. Z Junebug.
Is that like Z Junebug? Or Z Junebug? Not sure.
Z Junebug.
Hey, very nice. Well, very nice, and thank you for tuning in the show. We are so happy to play some music. Jules, we have a new format, and apparently...
We've got lots of stuff to play. By the way, YouTube's popping in. We've got Mauricio A, as well as Siggy NZ from New Zealand.
All right.
And yeah, welcome guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Excellent. We have a show chock full of music, great guests, movie chats, whatever else we're going to throw in there. We have a ton of music. We doubled our music offerings, I guess you could say. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we seem to have done okay last week. I don't know how, but...
we got to keep the talking to a minimum. By the way, final shout-outs before we play a track. Bill Toomey over on YouTube, and our buddy Draven has joined us in the IRC. Well, he was in, he was out. He'll probably be back in.
Very cool. All right.
Bit of dark synth in the house.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Let's kick it off with a track, because we've got a lot of stuff
to do it
through tonight.
What do we got?
Yeah, let's get rolling. Synth pop artist 2D Cat, one of my favorites, has released a new remix EP that contains 3 tracks remixed to perfection. The first is this awesome ass-slapping remix of the song Magic. This is the SITD remix right here on Night Ride FM.
I see the light, magic in my life. Nobody is. It's magic sound.
And once again, that was 2D Cat with Magic Remix. The SITD. What's that stand for, Jules?
Actually, I don't know.
TD.
2D Cat might tell us in the chat. SITD.
What does that mean?
He might be performing with them.
I originally read it as STD, but that's my problem, not anyone else's problem.
By the way, a quick shout out. Annie has joined us in the IRC chat.
Hey, Annie,
welcome.
welcome.
Last week, when we had Dream Kid on, we played Caspro's amazing remix of her song "Stars Leave Me Now."
Yeah, very groovy tune. Mm-hmm. All right, so we are just about ready to bring our guest on. Before we do, we have our little top thing. It's not exactly a top story. Well, there isn't exactly a top story to report. We do have an exciting new feature here to share right here on The State of Synth. We've heard your request and are thrilled to introduce a new feature called album reviews to our programming. So, Jules, I don't know how to do album reviews. I know you don't know how to do album reviews, or I guess you do a little bit.
Yeah, I do. I just go around and say, this album's awesome.
We decided to get some professional people in here, so we got, of course, with our HR, Rachel, who enlisted some expert reviewers. I'm not really sure who they are. I just have the name here down on my cheat sheet here, but apparently they're a big deal. So we're going to go ahead and... I guess we're just going to go ahead and deliver our very first The State of Synth album review. We will be reviewing a album by Kavinsky, the latest album from Kavinsky, and our reviewer for tonight, his name is Aldous Rightwinger. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Not exactly sure, but we're just going to go ahead and take it away and see how we make out. All right, Aldous, the stage is yours. Go ahead, my friend.
Hi! I am the new synthwave reviewer for Night Ride FM Broadcasting from the Narentum Psychiatric Accommodation Ward in Vienna. As I am in shackles, the hospital staff is playing before me this new single by Kavinsky. I am able to concentrate very well because I am surrounded by dark, mossy walls. I feel inspired, so here is the review. It's so good to have something to do. Thank you, Synthfam and Night Ride FM. So here we go. The build-up sounds like someone taking cocaine up their ass. The drums sounded like garbage. Does it say garbage science fiction concept on the album? No. Then make better drums. The synths sound like a rusty crack whore. The bass sounds like your grandma crushed slowly with a hydraulic pressure machine. Seriously, why? Hi-hats. I will... Why am I even accepted to review this? Go make better stuff! Synthfam. This was Aldous Reichninger for Night Ride FM.
Whoa! Hold on. I'm so sorry, ladies and
Dennis,
gentlemen.
that voice sounded familiar.
Yeah, so that happened, and we apologize. We need to go back and figure out where they're getting these album reviewers because, yeah, not very good. But, you know, I guess he speaks his mind, so that's good.
Yeah, he's honest.
He's honest. You know what? Jules, there's something to be said for an honest reviewer, I guess. I don't know. What do I know? Like I said, I don't know anything about reviewing. So there you go. Thank you, Aldous Rightwinger.
By the way, quick shout out to Diana Fiala, who joined us in the YouTubes. That last name looks familiar, so. And also
yes.
Barracuda.
Barracuda.
The YouTube regular.
Very good. Let's play a song. What do you think, Jules? Play another song, and after that, we will bring our guests on.
Let's do it. We got to burn through stuff. Netherlands artist and friend of the show, Heartbeat Hero, just released a new album entitled Love of Synth, with 18 distinct tracks of synthy goodness. This one is called Grid Digger by Heartbeat Hero, right here on Night Ride FM.
And that was Grid Digger by Heartbeat Hero. Cool.
All the way from the Netherlands.
I dig that. Nice little groovy tune. Very good. No vocals. We're kind of mixing it up. Some people like vocals. Some people don't like vocals. And you guys know from the show.
Some people like instruments. Some people don't.
Some people like music. Some people don't. Everything for everyone.
By the way, quick shout out to my friend Phil Maldonado, who joined us in the YouTubes, as well as Retro Peak and Dragonweed over in the IRC. And Phil's telling me that Thorn Blackcinder from Death's Emissary is tuned in, listening live. So that's
nice. Cool. And if you are listening in the IRC, what is the most unique or odd places you guys are tuning in from? I think somebody said last week that they were tuning in from a classroom or something like that. I forget who it was, but it was either during the radio show or someone's radio show. And
I know 2D Cat's tuning in from a bar, I think.
Nice. I want to know how many bars are playing this.
I know, you know what? Yeah, hijack their sound system and broadcast us.
That's great. Quick shout out to Happy. Happy just joined.
Welcome. I think it's time to bring on our guests.
Let's do it. I am very excited. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you from the movie The Last Deal, which is awesome. We have the composer and we have the music supervisor. We have Tony, who is the composer, and we have Michael Knight, who is the music supervisor. So welcome to the show, guys.
Hey. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thanks for having us. This is awesome.
I'm super excited to talk with you because, again, like I said, we have never really talked to any actual composers for a movie, so that is pretty rad in itself. I feel like I'm fulling go, and I'm pretty proud of myself right now. So it's very exciting.
Good company to be in.
Yeah. Well, he's always doing like the composer for this and that, and all that, and it's like, well, I don't really recognize half the movies he's having on, but I'm like, I know this movie. This is a great movie. Like, I actually watched it a couple weeks ago.
Awesome.
For the people who are listening in and don't know about this movie, the movie is called The Last Deal. And who's better suited to explain like the elevator pitch for this movie?
Probably me, I think.
Go for it, Michael.
Because I've listened to so many of Jonathan's interviews at this point. I feel like I could recite it like no problem.
He's the director, right?
Yeah, he's the writer-director. So, The Last Deal is a neo-noir LA crime thriller about a cannabis dealer who gets squeezed out of the business when marijuana becomes legal in California. And to try to make ends meet and maybe kind of ride off into the sunset, he decides that he's going to make one last deal that, of course, goes all sorts of wrong.
Right, because it can't just go, like, the deal was made, and there he is riding off into the sunset.
Yeah,
He's rich now.
That's the end of the film. That's it.
Like, wait a minute. I want my money back.
It was, geez, what were we, 2023? Yeah, it was like a 3.5 year labor of love with Jonathan when he wrote it, and it took a lot of miracles and a lot of people coming together during the pandemic.
That was shot during the pandemic?
It was shot during the pandemic.
Oh my God.
It was completely guerrilla, no filming permits or anything like that.
I love it.
Yeah, so very old school indie filmmaking for sure. Yeah.
That is incredible. Now, the thing that I really love about the movie, and I guess it's kind of a mirror to the scene in a way, is the way that it was shot, the way that it was put together, because it's essentially an indie film, right? This is about as indie as you get. Shooting it guerrilla style and everything like that. You guys don't have like the big, the Avengers budget or anything like that.
Nope.
You had to kind of put it together. But I tell you what, for being an indie movie, I watched it and I was just blown away by how well it was acted. The music, of course, the music was just phenomenal. And the story was just, it was like one of them stories. See, I have a hard time with movies where when there's a plot that just kind of goes all over the place. You know what I mean? It's just like, plot twist after plot twist. There's certain movies that I just really, really love. And some of them, I don't want to say like are indie, but I know like a good example would be like The Wrestler. If anyone saw The Wrestler. Oh, yeah. Very simple movie.
Mickey Rourke?
Mickey Rourke, right?
Yeah.
And then there's other good, Taken to me was like, although that was an action flick, it was just like a very simple, like they took my daughter and he went and he kicked some ass and he got back the daughter, like it was a very straightforward. Of course, it had a really, good ending. It's not like, A, B equals C. I mean, there was obviously some twists and turns, but it was like something that my dumb brain couldn't like comprehend at the end of the movie. Maybe it's just me, but I loved the way that you guys told the story. It was easy to follow. It was well acted. And at the end of the movie, you're like, you feel like you had real resolve, So it was a very good story arc. And I just like the whole picture. It was one of the movies like, and I'm weird. I tend to fall asleep during movies too. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I fell asleep during Star Wars and there's just movies.
That's like my mom, actually. If there's too much CGI involved, she starts to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Except for, the romantic scenes.
Now, Mad Max Fury Road, that
was a good movie. Yeah.
That's a film. That is a film.
That was but I guess I'm trying to find a really long-winded way of saying that I really enjoyed it. It was very engaging for me, and I think the music had a lot to do with it. And there wasn't wall-to-wall music, but then again, there's not wall-to-wall music in any film, But I thought that the music that you inserted, or I don't know the professional term.
That's a good one.
I composed it, and Michael Knight helped curate the songs that were involved. But first, I just got to say, my hat's off to Jonathan Slemme, because it's his baby. Yep. He put it together. He's a great storyteller, but he made it happen. And I don't know anyone who was as resourceful as John was. I mean, I don't know anyone who could have done what he did with what he was given. So my hat's off to him. He made it happen.
It was incredible. Now, Jules, I know you saw it, right? Because I told you.
I haven't watched it yet.
I told you had to watch it. All right, now I can't say any spoilers. That's the problem.
You gotta let everyone know where you can find the movie. I'm on the website right now, so you can get it on Amazon, right?
It's Amazon. Amazon, Google Play, Vudu, iTunes, rent and purchase for all 4 of them, I believe. But only in the States right now. Or is it North? Is it just the States, or is it North? I think it's just the States, and I think that they're working on weird. Yeah, they're working on international distribution.
Oh,
I mean, I could watch it if I, use alternate methods.
Oh, you live in that other place, Canada, so
like a virtual private network.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. You mean you could get movies for free? What? Well, all right. You get an excuse there, Jules. You get a pass for that. But I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. I couldn't, because I rented it. I went right to Amazon because you could do that in America. You can rent awesome movies, and I just did that. I paid my $4 or something. I forget what it was, some ridiculously low amount. And then I watched it, and I loved it, and I thought it was really cool. It was really engaging. I watched it like 2 o'clock in the morning, and again, like I said, it just kept me alert throughout the whole thing. It was very well put together. The music was great. Now, we do have some great movie-specific questions we want to talk about. Sourcing the music, composing the music for the movie. But Jules, do you think we should go ahead and play a track, or should we dive into some of the questions? What do you think?
I say let's play a track real quick.
All right, we're going to play a quick track. Now, we're going to play one of the songs that I believe is associated with the movie, either that or inspired, but I believe the Dane Whisper track, was that in the movie?
It was. So, quick little story. Actually, Dane Whisper was not on my radar until I started hanging out in the Night Ride Discord. So, shout out to the Night Ride Discord. Nice. But yeah, so John essentially just asked me to. He gave me some scenes that he needed music for that was not going to have original music. And he said, just find me the best stuff that you can find. And this was for a very, very specific scene. We could play the track, and then I'll talk about the scene maybe afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great track for where it was placed in the film for sure.
Great.
It's so Dane Whisper is a Russian artist, and this track is off the album Mirror Mind, and it's called Approaching Kepler 452b. You're listening to it right here on Night Ride FM.
And that was Dane Whisper with Approaching Kepler 452b.
Kepler, yeah.
Kepler.
We were saying behind the song, we were talking amongst ourselves, and I was saying, like, it reminds me so much of the video game Mass Effect.
Yeah. It's got the atmosphere.
Game. Yeah.
It's like, it's not dark synth, but it's like, it's melodic.
Yes. A quick shout out to Animal and Sound Stealth, who joined us in the IRC.
Very good. Hope you guys are liking the music, and we'll try not to talk as much for our YouTube listeners. We love you guys. But yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the artist Dane Whisper, and of course he was in the movie. We don't want to throw too much spoilers out there, right, but I'll let you talk about the placement and a little bit about how you found the music and all that fun stuff.
So before we played the track, I had mentioned, I can't remember if it was one of you guys or if it was Vasto maybe, but I had asked in the Night Ride Discord for some, I think the way I phrased it was like chill wave artists, but that were like more kind of dark and melodic and stuff like that. And somebody had suggested Dane Whisper, so I went over to Bandcamp and just got his whole discography probably. And the way that the whole thing with Jonathan and I worked was he just asked me to send him tracks. Just send me tracks and we'll find spots for them in the film. One of the spots in the movie that we were, I don't want to say having trouble for, but it was one of the sections of the film that was the hardest to find something for.
Yeah, that was a tough spot.
Yeah, it was very, very tough.
Yeah.
I can't talk about the scene.
It was a very special, pivotal
it's
scene.
A very pivotal point in the film.
Yeah.
And we needed something that was very atmospheric, that would kind of evoke a sense of dread and stuff like that. And when I was going through my library of music, that is very vast, of course, the second I heard like the first minute of that track, I knew that it was perfect. And I sent it to Jonathan and I said, dude, this is the track. It's perfect for that scene. And he cut it into that section of the movie, sent it back to me, and was like, we've done it. So
nice.
It was very much like fate that track worked out as well as it did for where it was placed in the film. So that's probably the one I'm most proud about, to be honest.
Well, there you go. Night Ride FM, Discord, discord.gg/synthwave. You can go in there and give your movie recommendations. And, it's all about bringing people together, doing awesome things. So there you go. That's awesome. I'm glad that it was on our... I had no idea, actually. I had no idea that it was from the Night Ride server. So that's really cool.
Yep.
Love that track. So let's talk a little bit about composing. I know, Tony, once again, you are the composer for the film. And again, you did a great job with all the tracks. And,
Thank you.
And now, how did your musical journey begin? Like, when did you start composing? And how did you guys get hooked up into doing music for The Last Deal?
All right. Well, first, a quick shout out to my lovely wife, Justine, my son, Draco, and my sister, Dina, who, I don't know if you guys know this, she's married to Michael Knight. So, I don't know.
It was a family affair.
Keep it in the family. All right.
Yes. So my musical journey began really when I was, just a young kid, and, I kind of go to sleep at night and there'd be melodies in my head, and I go to church a lot, and I always heard the organ, and I was like, oh wow, that's really cool. So I just kind of like remember songs that were played there. And then as I grew up, it was always in the back of my head because I was busy playing baseball, having fun with that, and my mom said, oh, you should take piano lessons, and I was like, oh no, thank you. So
like every
it wasn't
kid.
until junior year of high school where my cousin Doug gave me a CD, and he's like, oh hey, I made these melodies using music software on a computer. And I was like, oh wow, this is really cool. So how'd you do this? And I was like, oh, it's a program called Reason. So I was like, oh, I got to get this. So he recommended that to me, and then I got set up on a computer, just started messing around. And it was one of those things where I do it in my spare time. I do it for fun. I do it as like finish my homework as quickly as possible, and okay, now I got time for this. I get to do this. It was my fun time.
Right.
And then as I got older, I dabbled in a lot of different things. Designing websites. Opening up a business that would sell things for people on eBay, and I'd always go back to music just as kind of I love doing this. And then it just dawned on me, it's like, well, wait, can I make a living doing this? Because if you do something you love, for a living,
you'll never work a day in your life.
You'll never work a day in your life.
That's
exactly.
it.
So I started doing that, and I just kind of, I was sitting in the theater one day, and I was like, gosh, that's a really cool movie trailer. I noticed there was music in it. Where are they getting this music from? And I realized there was a whole industry behind movie trailer music. I was like, oh wow, this is really neat. And then just like through the internet, I looked up like, gosh, there's companies that actually devote themselves to making music for movie trailers. And I'm like, that's really interesting. And full-on orchestras, full-on scores, just really good production quality. And so I started practicing that and started practicing more and more. I went to a movie music seminar, and there was a trailer panel there for movie trailers. And I handed my music to one of the companies, and they called me back the following, let's see, this was a Friday, called me back the following Tuesday, like, hey, we really like your stuff, we want to meet you. And that began my professional journey. And the very first music placement I ever had was in for a TV trailer for MacGruber, the movie.
Get out of town.
So yeah, and I framed the check is framed and everything on the wall. MacGruber. Yeah, so that was my first professional entry into the movie trailer scene. As far as scoring, Jonathan Slemmy, the director of this movie, The Last Deal, I actually scored one of his very early works, which was a movie called Ante Up, and that was a comedy, kind of a coming of age thing, and that was in our early days. And what's really cool is that to see like where I went from there to now and where John went from there to now. It's been quite a neat evolution, and it's been neat that we've been together along the way. So when he approached me, and said, hey, I got this script, would you like to read it? I'm like, of course. And I started reading the script and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And he's like, oh, hey, you want to do the music for this? I'm like, yeah, of course. So that was my musical journey from just thinking of melodies in my head to doing it professionally.
That's great. Now, I like the fact that it has a nice blend of composed music and also, of course, some really great tracks, which a lot of them are, I would say, synthwave, just very stuff that we would play on the station and do play on the station, which is just a wonderful thing. And I think it's cool that you guys kind of like went hand in hand, bringing music to the table and everything like that. Would you say, like, are we like at a 50% composed, 50% regular, or 30? What's math? You know what I'm saying?
Mike, you can answer this.
Yeah,
too,
I was gonna say probably maybe like 60% score, 40% placement.
That's great.
Give or take. Does that sound about right, Tony?
Well,
or maybe a little more than that.
I actually saw the cue sheet, and I think it was about it was 57 minutes of music for score, and I think about 13 to 14 minutes for song. So
okay, so
maybe that'd be like
75-25
or something like that. But the original conversation was when John came to me, he was like, yeah, maybe you can write like 20 minutes of score, and there's going to be a lot of songs in it. And then that 20 minutes turned into 57 minutes.
Wow.
But the thing is that just composing the music for this, it wasn't like a 9-to-5 job where you're like, end of the day, I can't wait to, come home and have a beer.
Right.
It's like, it was just fun.
Yeah.
The whole thing. And, you're working with friends, and you're having a good time. And it really was a fun collaborative process.
That's exciting. Well, very good. So I tell you what, we're going to play another track. And after this, I want to talk a little bit more about some stuff. We have questions. And of course,
we have questions. You have answers.
That's right. We do. Now, the next track we're going to play is, I believe, another track that was also featured. I want to say everything we're playing tonight within like our interview block is something that has something to do with the music. So this next track is by Sung. It's called Nothing to Lose. And do you want to tell us a little bit about where it fits in the overarching narrative of the film?
Well, actually, Sung gave us 2 tracks, and those two tracks were utilized during the credits, the end credits of the film.
Nice.
Just to kind of put like a nice little bookend on the movie.
Yeah.
And both tracks are just fire. Sung is one of my favorite
Yes.
producers in the scene. His stuff is just so clean.
I've got his monster vinyl signed.
Oh gosh,
I think it was Time Slave who offered that and jumped all over it.
Of course, yeah. No, he's one of the best, and I knew I definitely wanted to have some of his tracks in the film. So yeah, the his two tracks we utilized in the end credits of the movie.
Sweet. All right, so
we
Jules
picked one. Yeah. A quick shout out though. Horrornaut, one of the Horrornauts, has joined us
Hey, my
in the
buddy.
IRC chat, as well as our friend Hearts in Beta from Brisbane, down under. Yeah, nah, yeah. And
Drink.
Test Rock has joined us, as well as Finland's 555. Why does that remind me of the Daft Punk animated movie? Yeah, also in the YouTube, Shazman Bound from South Korea. annyeonghaseyo.
Nice. We got
Yeah.
South Koreans tuning in. I love this. I love this global stage that we have, and it's a wonderful thing. So,
All right.
let's go ahead and give it a spin. What do you think?
All right, French artist Sung. Well, we picked one of the two tracks you guys offered up. So yeah, you can hear this in the end credits of the movie The Last Deal, but it's also from his album Archeum Drive. This is Sung with Nothing to Lose right here on Night Ride FM.
and that was Sung with Nothing to Lose. I love that track, man. That song is wicked.
It's a ripper.
The French are masters of electronic music.
Yeah, they got that like poly bass kind of modulated. I don't know what it is. It's a, I don't know. Tony, what is that called when they go do 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 do?
Oh man,
it's like
so many options. I think that was something from Mork and Mindy that you just heard.
Yeah, nanu nanu.
That's what it's from.
The old nanu nanu on the track. Yeah, I think that's probably it. But
That's it.
I love that track. I love the name too. It's like it reminds me of Sting. Like
Sung?
he's because like the big joke about Sting is like, who names themselves an artist in like the present tense, but like Sung is kind of like the opposite. He's like naming himself in the past tense, but I think it has a cool sticking factor. It has been sung, exactly. But cool. Shout out to artists with cool names. Tony, how come you're just Tony? You should be like, I don't know.
I actually do have
Fancier.
an alias, Aardvark.
Nice. See,
I have a lot of music in a music TV library. And 150 tracks are under the alias Aardvark, and
Aardvark's a cool name.
yeah. So they're all on the sheets and everything like that, and all the credits and all that. But yeah,
sweet.
My cousin likes that name because it kind of sounds like it's like a Swedish producer or something like that. But it's me.
Imagine.
And they eat all the
Aardvark.
ants.
Is that Swedish?
Right?
No, it's an animal.
No, it's not Swedish. It's just kind of like, oh, Aardvark.
Excellent. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit more about the movie, composing for the movie, and essentially, this is a quick throw over to Michael. Now, again, you were the music supervisor, so you were the person that was actually picking the songs for the particular parts of the film. So when you're picking out these parts, what kind of really tells you like this is it? Like, what element does a track have to make you feel like it's going to fit in? Do you like watch scenes from the movie, or do you even not have that? You just have like a description of the scene, or what comes first, the music or the scene, or does it happen differently every time?
There was a few different instances, I would say. John at first was just like, send me some boss tracks, bro, and I was like, all right, to do my best like Valley Bro impression.
Valley
So that was really how we handled it. I just poured through my library and sent him the coolest stuff that I could find while keeping our budget in the back of my brain, which I knew we didn't have much of one. So
Right.
I was let me see if I can get some tracks from some artists that either maybe don't have a lot of notoriety but do some great stuff, or B, maybe some artists that I've already have a personal relationship with.
Right.
And of course we'll take care of them, with the licensing and stuff like that.
I thought synthwave artists just handed out their music for free.
I thought so too, man. No.
It does sound a little like the synthwave scene, though, because that's generally how things go. With collabs
everybody was great. Everybody was super easy to work with. And I've personally, when I had like just I'm gonna plug myself here. Like when I did my first skate night show last summer, I had Annie and Power Rob and Bunny X. They came to play. They all did it just to do it. And I took care of them after the fact because the show did really well. So, and that was always in the plan. But that's kind of how I operate with regards to working with artists outside of my stream. Anyway,
yeah, it's tough. It's definitely tough because it's a scene. It's such a small niche scene where you have a lot of people. As a real quick plug for you, obviously you have your own. I guess you would say your radio show, your Twitch stream. You operate under Michael Knight, Retrofuturism 101, correct?
Correct. Yeah. It's a program.
Yeah.
It's a program that airs every Friday evening on Twitch, and we simulcast on a little internet radio station out here in the Boston area called Uncertain FM.
Sweet.
Friday evenings, Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m.
It's
We've
a
been
cool
doing
show.
that.
Check it out.
Thank you, Tony.
Yeah.
We've been doing that show now for 5 years. It started in 2018. I used to do it on an FM station at a college out here in Boston, and then, like a lot of people, when COVID hit, just tried to find another way to do it, and so we've been doing it on Twitch since 2020.
Yep. Yeah, as a lot of people fell into that wonderful opportunity. I know.
We're trying to convince the guy Z who coded up the Night Ride website and all the back end stuff, like, to make all this work. We're trying to convince him to somehow do pirate satellite radio for Night Ride. Just jack into one of the satellite signals.
Yeah. I mean, how hard can it be? I mean, come on.
Yeah, it can't be for Z. It can't be that.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it, no problem.
But yeah, you did also organize the skate night. I guess it's called skate night, right?
Yeah, yep. Synthwave Skate Night. The first one was last summer. Basically, I rented out a roller rink, had a couple of synthwave artists play live, charged an admission. It was a pretty run-of-the-mill type of event, but it did really well.
But skating, man, that's my jam. You don't know. I can shoot the duck. I can do. I can skate backwards. I can
pro here.
I'm old school. I'm so old. I used to come out in my sequin vests and everything like that. No joke.
I want to see that.
People
I'm picturing Dennis dressed up like
they
Elvis.
beat me up
On roller skates.
constantly. But it was a wonderful thing because I looked so rad. It was Michael Jackson. Come on, it was Michael Jackson days. Everyone had sequin vests, right? I wasn't the only one.
I can only rollerblade. I've never been on roller skates.
I do love roller skating, and in fact, I do want to come up whenever you do have the next one, because I'm hoping that you'll have a skate night part 2. So,
For sure.
We'll definitely.
It's happening. The day is booked. It's August 19th.
Oh, what? You just dropped that. Nice.
Breaking news right here on Night Ride
Sweet.
FM.
Oh, I want to come.
I didn't even have to pry or anything. They just dropped that nugget. But that's awesome, man. So August is a wonderful time, and people are all from school, and things are a little bit more relaxed and chill. So yeah, man, it sounds like a really good time. I want to try to make it up there to. You're in Connecticut,
Massachusetts. Yeah, central Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, that's a hike, but I've gone up to Neon Retrofest. Speaking of.
Look, it'll be worth it. I promise. Nice. I've got 5 synthwave artists performing this time.
Oh shoot!
And I'm going to announce them after Neon. I think the artist announcements will happen the last week of April. And tickets are going to go on sale on May 1st.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So once again, we're going to throw it back to the Mr. Tony, and we're going to talk about your creative process. Basically, the same question, just your turn to weigh in on composing for a scene. What's the thing, the methodology, if you have any. In particular.
Well, for this movie, I was lucky enough to read the script beforehand, and the script, just like a good book, you're reading it, you're reading about the characters, and then just the way my mind is wired, just kind of music starts popping in my head, and John wrote it so well that the main character, who is named Vince, just everything that he was going through, it was popping off the pages. And this theme just appeared in my head, and I was like, oh, I better record this or something right now, just in case. And it was a real roll of the dice, because I hadn't seen any footage. It hadn't even been shot yet.
Oh wow! So you did it on just the script alone.
He gives me the footage eventually, and I'm looking over the scenes that he's being introduced in, and some transition scenes. And I'm like, you know what? This could work. So I laid it down. John loved it, and thank goodness.
Right.
Worked, but it really did. And then for other scenes, I just one way of doing it is just looking at the scene, watching it 20 times until something pops into your head. And another way is watch the picture just a few times and then just go do something else. Go do something else. And like the classical romantic composer Brahms, he would just take walks. He would just go on a walk through the woods, and then stuff would pop in his head, and he'd write it down. And
let his mind
kind of like his magic place. And my magic place is the shower. It's just taking a shower. Ooh, what was that? And then
I think of
iPhone,
dumb skits in the shower. That's my
voice
superpower.
record. So that's kind of my process. And then the third way is just you are under the gun with an impossible deadline, and you just gotta go. You just gotta okay,
Plow
whatever's popping up, just write it down. Hopefully it sticks, and you gotta give it the next morning test. So I often have a lot of late nights. So if it's 3 a.m. and you're listening to something you wrote, and it's like, you know what? I think that's pretty darn good. And then you wake up the next morning, and it's like, what the heck was I thinking?
You sound like every synthwave composer out there.
Yeah, but so it's a fun process. It's a creative process. At the end of the day, it's me having fun and collaborating. It's a collaboration. It's when you're scoring a picture, it is ultimately music to order. So if it's to film, you got to just be like, hey, this is the film, right to the film. You can't just go like, I'm just gonna write a just like whatever I want.
Right, just gonna noodle a bit here.
Do you have
I don't care what's going on the screen. So
do you have a library of maybe pre-made templates, like this is a chase scene template, and this is somebody just died template, and this is they're having sex in the back of the car. I don't know. Do you have like templates like that you can?
I have the sex in the back of the car template. It's actually named that. I mean, it's like an artist palette. Both my very artistic family. My wife is an artist. My sister is an artist, and they're very visually oriented people. I got to say though, when I'm working on stuff, my wife might be walking by and go like, "Oh, that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good." Or, "Don't know about that one. Don't know about that one." So, I swear, if I turn something in and my wife is like, I don't know about that, John will be like, "What else you got?"
Right.
So it's good to listen to her.
Right, and that's good.
But I have built in, templates and everything. For this one, I did have to dig around a lot because part of it is orchestral, but a lot of it is electronic elements too. A lot of not full on synthwave, but like it just touches upon it. It touches upon it.
Right.
So I did a lot of sound mining, a lot of sound digging, and just to create the right colors to paint the song.
Well, very cool. Once again, if you guys are just tuning in, we are talking about The Last Deal, which is a movie that you can go out right now and check it out. It's amazing. They have it available. I believe you have to be in the States, but
Amazon,
iTunes, all
Google.
the favorite streaming platforms. And check it out. It's a really, really cool flick. And we're going to play another track from the movie. And this one is a track by L.A. Street Hawk.
By the way, I gotta say, I saw this track when Dennis was like, okay, we're going to play these tracks. I'm like, you know what? I haven't watched that TV series in ages. So I went and downloaded it. Street Hawk.
Yeah.
And my God. So the theme music for Street Hawk, by the way, is amazing.
Right.
But the show, it's some serious 80s fromage. But anyways, go on with this with Sardis. I digress.
All right. Well, I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and give this a spin. But where was this? Was this another credit scene? Was this in the middle?
This track was used right, in the middle. Another kind of pivotal scene. It's right when when Vince and his right-hand man Bobby are signing the deal with the boss to borrow some money.
Nice.
And the interesting thing is that Jonathan sent me a list of all the music that he was listening to when he wrote the film, and it was a lot of it was some Time Cop, it was the Chromatics, it was some Love on a Real Train from Risky Business. That particular track was like one of his favorites, and he wanted something like that for this scene, and this song by LA Street Hawk is very much something like that. So
very cool. All right, Jules, you want to go ahead and set this up, my friend?
Hells yeah. So German artist LA Street Hawk, we've got this track. It's from his EP Something Better, and this is the theme from LA Street Hawk right here on Night Ride FM.
Once again, that was L.A. Street Hawk with theme from L.A. Street Hawk. Very cool. I dig that. And yeah, so that was in the movie. And I'm telling you, this thing is just a bonker soundtrack. It's just really chock full of a good mix of synths and composer music and synthwave and all kinds of stuff. And, you know, it's just great. It's a great flick. You're going to love it. Go out, get yourself a rental. You know, just it's like the old Blockbuster days. You know, you go, you rent the movie, and you know, and you watch it.
Sit back and enjoy.
And you enjoy it. You get your popcorn out. You know, you watch your flick. You know, it's a beautiful
movie night
experience. Yeah, the old movie nights. You know,
you rent it and you watch
Blockbuster,
it.
They won't run out of copies. So.
The last deal and chill.
You get some Twizzlers. The last deal and chill. I love it. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit more about the movie. Again, so much great stuff. If you guys were to name a track, you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, Tony picking something that he composed. He could pick music, and Michael can, you know, pick something from the mix and match. You know, of all the musical pieces, I want to know from each one of you what your favorite part. And it could be your own too. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame.
Tony can go first. Tony can go
no
first.
shame in your game.
All right. Okay. Yeah, it goes back to that very first melody I thought of when you know, I was reading the script, and this on the soundtrack would be Vince's theme. And it's just a very simple, you know, melody, just bum 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 bum, and it just, you know, explores that and expands, and it just really kind of captured the character of just what he's trying to do, what he's trying to accomplish, how life hasn't exactly, you know, just where he's at. You got to watch the movie. You just got to watch the
Life
movie.
hasn't gone his way, let's just say.
Yes, and it has a bittersweetness to it.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right.
Michael Knight, what's yours?
I'll go back to the Dane Whisper track. I had said it before. It was like that the scene that we used it in was the most difficult scene to find music for. And it's one of the most important scenes in the movie. And I knew that we needed to have something that really enhanced the just the feelings that the audience would get during that part of the film. And it just I couldn't believe how perfect it worked with it. When I heard it, I sent it to John. I said, "This is perfect. This is the song." And it worked out. It was nice. That's definitely the track that I'm most proud of as far as selections for the film, for sure.
Well, very good. They're very much bangers, the both of them. Speaking of Vince's theme, we actually have the synthwave remix track that you guys were kind enough to pass along, and this is awesome, and we would like to play it if that's cool with you guys.
Yeah,
like to play it on the show. And now this is a synthwave mix of the composed theme, so obviously the movie's going to have the composed theme, and this is like kind of like a remix. Is this going to be available in any way, shape, or form? Do we just want to drop the news now about the music?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's drop it. Yeah, the Last Deal soundtrack is out today.
What?
So you can go to thelastdealmovie.com, click on the shop, look for the little music icon, and it can be yours.
I just went and dropped the link in the chats. So
Oh, good.
Nice.
head on over to the shop on the website and get yourself the soundtrack.
Get yourself a copy of
$14.99.
Yeah, it's all of Tony's composed tracks, and it's all of the tracks that were the non-composed tracks that were
songs.
selected for the film.
the
songs.
originals and the
The songs, the LA Street
all
Hawks, the
there.
Dane
The
Whispers.
songs, yes, exactly.
I'm telling you, this soundtrack is going to be absolutely wicked, and I'm very excited. So you guys, you got to head over there, grab yourself a copy. You're going to love it. It has to have. I mean, how many tracks does it have? I mean, it's got to have a good chunk.
It's
of
close to
tunes.
30 tracks.
30 tracks?
Nice.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and the one that you're about to play is exclusive to the download.
Nice.
And I think a track that you guys are going to play a little bit later, that one is also exclusive to the Last Deal soundtrack for sure.
Yeah, and a very big artist that will give you a little foreshadowing on that. But sweet. All right, so we're going to go ahead and play this track here. Now, this is the theme, the Vince's theme, and this is the synthwave remix to it. So we're going to go ahead and drop it right now.
By Tony Fiala.
Yeah, by Tony. Is that how you pronounce it? Fiala?
Yes, Fiala.
Very good. Very good. I'm terrible with names, so I usually let Jules pronounce them before me. So excellent. And here it is, Vince's theme, the synthwave remix, right here on Night Ride FM.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. We're just having so much fun talking behind the scenes. This is, you can tell it's a live radio show. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
Everyone shut up. I got to go talk on the mic.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
But fantastic. That was Vince's theme, the synthwave remix, and I love it. It's got that one for me. It's got that like Drive feel, you know, like that you know. Has anyone heard of that movie Drive?
Oh, that was one of the references for a lot of stuff. You know, John would mention Drive and
Miami Vice
and everything.
Yeah,
and that's the cool thing too. Like I think like The Last Deal isn't like, I wouldn't say it's like a very it's a noir movie, which is really like lends itself to like a lot of the aesthetics, and I think like your location and everything like that has that aesthetic, but I think Drive is also a very similar movie, but I mean besides the fact that the guy's just driving really fast in a car, like it's kind of like you can own that aesthetic and really wrap an entire synthwave scene around that one movie.
Yeah, and Drive is very stylized. The Last Deal I feel like is definitely more gritty.
Yes, I was gonna say exactly
more
that.
Dirty, more grimy.
It's noir. it's like where Drive is like stylized. This picks up some different vibes. It's a little bit more grittier, and but it's very satisfying. It's a very satisfying movie to watch.
Have you guys seen Cold in July?
I have not. No.
With Michael C. Hall. It's kind of like it's a kind of dark, but it's got a synthwave vibe to it. It sounds like what you guys are describing. It's very similar to this. It stars Michael C. Hall from Dexter.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
But check out this movie, Cold in July. It came out in 2014. Really cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
Nice.
All right, so we talked about the movie again. Go get yourself a copy. Check it out. Watch it over the weekend. It's going to be a wonderful flick.
thelastdealmovie.com. Head on, click on the shop, and you can get the OST.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So now, anything dropped recently from you guys? I know, Michael, you got your Twitch streams. You got that going on. And just for people to check out some of the other things that you guys are involved with. Tony, anything popping off besides the movie?
Something that just came out. We're got some stuff in a trailer for Shazam: Fury of the Gods, which is cool.
What?
That'll be coming out.
Cool. Get out of town.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
For those with Netflix, I did a cover of the song. You remember the Naked Eyes? Always something there to remind me. I did a very kind of eerie cover for that, and they just used that in the season for the show You.
Nice.
On Netflix. So they used that in the trailer.
I know that show.
It takes the song in a very different vibe. So, it was a lot of fun to do.
Sweet. So you guys are staying busy. And once again, Michael Knight dropped the details on Synthwave Skate Night Part 2. You said August 16th?
19th, August 19th. Yeah, it's a Saturday evening. Tickets are going to go on sale on May 1st. I'm going to announce the artists the week leading up to that. I am also working on something else, like in the East Coast area, with some other artists that aren't necessarily involved with Skate Night, but
Sweet.
there's going to be some shows happening that full week, like August 11th through August 19th. So if you live in North Carolina, Virginia, DC, Jersey, Brooklyn, Philly,
yeah, that's me.
Those areas, you'll want to stay tuned. You can follow me on my socials at mnightretro101.
Sweet.
Suspense.
Yeah, very
the
cool.
big market tease, baby.
I love it. All right, so we're going to get to the coup de grace here. This is my favorite track.
Nice.
From the film. This was used. Now, the cool thing is, this was used in the film.
Yep.
And does this have even a proper name? Because I'll just tell you right now, it's by Crockett.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's an OG. It's just called Up Tempo. Is that literally the name of the track?
So I'll give you a little background on it. Crockett was somebody that I knew I wanted to have involved in this movie right off the bat. Because of his ties to the Boston area. I live out here. He lives out here. Jonathan is the writer-director is originally from the Boston area. So I thought it would be cool to have him be a part of the movie. Also, you guys know the vibe of his music is very much this film. It's very much Miami Vice. His whole the trilogy of albums, the Heist trilogy. Just great stuff. So I knew I wanted him to be a part of the flick. He sent this to us. It's an unreleased track. He sent this to us initially to be used in a trailer. And Jonathan liked it so much that we ended up using it in the very opening
this is
voiceover
the opening scene. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So does it have a name then? Or is
it's just the last deal up tempo. That's it. Yeah, he sent it to us and it was called up tempo track or something like that.
That's how raw it is.
We renamed it the last deal up tempo.
Nice.
So once again, I guess this is going to be an exclusive on the album that you can find at thelastdealmovie.com. Hit the shop and buy the OST.
Yeah, man, because it's a banger.
Yeah. So I guess here it is. This is Boston artist Crockett with The Last Deal up-tempo track from the OST right here on Night Ride FM.
right, and that was Crockett with what's it called again?
The Last Deal Up Tempo.
The Last Deal Up Tempo. Up Tempo. Very cool. I dig it. I love it. And yeah, you can get yourself a copy of the soundtrack, and you can get it today along with the movie. So very good. Grab that and enjoy. Enjoy it for the weekend. And this is great, man. I'm so stoked that you guys were able to come on the show. Maybe next time we'll bring Jonathan on and we'll talk scenes and actors and bigwig, all that good stuff too.
Definitely.
But yeah, it sounds like you guys had a really good time putting it together. Again, great story, and I just loved it. I thought it was just like one of them really engaging. That's my style too. I like those like noir style of movies, like, and then you look at some scenes, you're like, oh god, that just happened, like just jaw dropping to the floor like a couple times, and I was just like blown away.
Thank you for watching it, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
very much so.
Totally cool. Hopefully you guys will get a little bit more distributing going on if that's possible, but I know everything's it's a struggle getting things to break out internationally and all that.
After tonight, I'll make sure I watch it.
Nice.
And when it is legally available,
of course.
I'll throw some dollaroos your way, but
thank you.
Yeah, I'll take care of my. I'll get it my own way.
Yeah, it's been tough because it's such a small movie, and Jonathan would have been on here with us, but he's the marketing team for the film.
Oh yeah,
he runs all the social media sites. He cut the trailer. He's just been doing his darndest to try to get the film out there and get more people to watch it. So he would for sure be here if he could have been.
Everything in indie scene, whether it's synthwave music or if it's the indie movies, it's all DIY. People are making incredible stuff with a very limited means, and that's why I love the scene so much. Whether it's indie games or if it's indie movies or indie music, like I just think it's like so cool, and it's cool that you can kind of like have all these different elements like movies and games and music, and just bring it all together in this cool little scene that I think is really really wild.
I just really quick also want to give a quick shout out to the lead actor of the film, Anthony Molinari. He's mostly known as a stuntman in Hollywood. He's been in like 1,000 movies. He was in The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg.
Nice.
He was in Black Mass with Johnny Depp. He most recently had a bit part in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and this was his first leading role in a film, and personally I think he just killed it. So the shout out for that, but also the shout out because he's from Massachusetts as well, if you couldn't tell by the accent.
It's a very Boston vibe going on.
He's got it, man. He's got it. Yeah, he's awesome.
Very cool, very cool. Mr. Jules, what do you think? You want to drop another track on them? We gotta do some rapid fire.
Yeah, right. Let's blast some music at folks. By quick shout outs too by to Wernada in the IRC, as well as Mr. 3. Night Razor was in, but he's dry heaving apparently, so he popped out. Well, see, we're playing his track, so maybe he was just nervous because
it's the
his
nervous
song is being
Nellies.
played on Night Ride, so he was in and out.
It happens.
Kirby has joined us as well, and Beep is in the IRC.
Very cool.
Yeah. Right. So let's get Mr. Drive Heave here. Iowa artist Night Razor released a track that's been remixed by Colorado artist Jacket. This is Night Razor with Nitropolis, the Jacket remix, right here on Night Ride FM.
right, that was Night Razor with Nitropolis. Did I say it right?
Nitropolis.
Nitropolis.
I stumbled over it too.
Oh my God, the Jacket remix, very good, and I dig it. I dig that track. It was a nice little remix, and very cool. So now I guess we reached the end of our wonderful journey with the wonderful Tony and Michael. But we do want to say thank you so much. It was just incredible to have you guys on the show. We did our very first composer.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
For having us on. Yeah,
And-
that's been fun.
We're going to drop some socials and some links and stuff like that in the IRC so you guys can take a look. Follow these people. They got all kinds of stuff coming up, and definitely especially follow Michael Knight. He has his own show on Twitch, and he's putting together some really awesome things on the East Coast of the
Exciting
U.S.
stuff coming up.
Truth.
So check them out. All kinds of fun events. And speaking of fun events, we're going to get to
By
that
the way,
as well.
I gotta give kudos to Michael Knight here. On most of your socials, like Twitch and Twitter and this and that, your username is the same.
Oh, hell yeah.
I can't stress this enough to all the artists out there. It drives me nuts. Okay, I know like a username might be taken on one platform and it's not available on the other. So the simple solution to that is add official to the end or music, but make your username the same across. So M Night Retro 101. Find him everywhere.
There it is.
Consistency is very important
Yes.
in life, friends.
It also helps with cross tagging because you know
Yeah.
Instagram lets you post to Facebook or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So if the tag is the same, yeah,
The tag's the
can't
same.
stress that enough.
Yeah. All right. Well, very good. Thank you so much, guys. This was a pleasure. Go check out
guys.
the movie.
Thank you guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Neon Fawkes, we have some album reviews to talk about, right? Oh, no, we did that already. We had our buddy.
Reviews, no.
Yeah.
Releases, yes.
Releases. Let's go ahead and do our album releases. I think we should just do that and
Yeah.
leave the album reviews to the crazy people.
All right, let's see. March 8th today, Nagrom just dropped an album called Now Playing, and she happens to be Phaserland's better half.
Ah, look at that. Very nice. March 10th, Wave Shaper, and he's coming out with Exabot, which sounds like a pretty dope name. And, of course, Cat Temper with Furio.
Yeah, it's themed after the Duran Duran Rio album.
Yeah.
We played a track from it last week. Please tell meow. Or no, please, yeah.
I can't. I just can't. Too many cat puns.
All right, March 17th, Droid Bishop is dropping his Galaxy Unknown Redux. We played it last week. On the 17th, the original track drops on this Redux remix thing.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
And then we have on March 31st, we have
Perzinth
Records with a compilation Wonderlands featuring 20 artists. So that's
Yeah, 20 tracks from 20 artists, all in the Southern Hemisphere.
nice.
And Perzinth Records is based out of Mexico, and they've got some amazing artists on their
Mexico.
roster.
Very cool.
And yeah, finally, April 3rd, Midnight Fury is dropping his album, Metamorph,
Ooh.
and we're going to have him as a guest that week.
I was going to say, I love having him. Well, I would love to have him. I love his music, and I love to have him on the show. And I think we have that locked in, right?
Yeah.
So it's very exciting. All right, so go buy those albums, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. All right, time for a tune.
Let's play some tunes.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Iowa, another Iowa artist, Shikimo.
Oh,
Or Shikimo. We had him on. Shiki.
Chicky.
Yeah, so he collaborated with our buddy Bobby, aka System Glitch, down in Florida. And they got this new track called Divergence, and you're hearing it right here on Nightlight FM.
All right, once again, that was Divergence by Shikimo and System Glitch.
Man, I love the glitch. That song is a banger. And the
Yeah.
glitches in it. Whew.
Yeah, it's got
By the way,
good
shout out to Steve Christensen.
Yeah.
Over in the YouTubes. Welcome back.
Shut up, my friend. All right, so what we have next, I believe we have a little bit of birthdays in the
Birthdays.
house.
Yep, because artists celebrate birthdays, and I like to call them out. So
Yeah.
I know I'm stalking them.
Good stalker. Good job. A lot of them. A lot of babies born in March. So you want to kick it off?
Yep. Hang on. Another shout out to Phony B in the YouTubes who's sounding like Andy Synth, funny enough, because he's like, Neon Fawkes is a cool guy.
Love it.
I wonder if that's Andy's alternate name.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, man, cheers.
Andy doesn't listen to our show.
No, Andy's too busy editing.
Editing,
or whatever show that he's going to air like 6 months from now.
Editing puppets. Although,
Poor guy.
I
He's
wanna
actually
edit
doing live
puppets.
streams now.
I know. He's doing
Yeah.
some... dude's all over the place.
Yeah.
I can't keep up. He's amazing.
All right, birthdays. Today, March 8th, Strike Eagle is celebrating a birthday, as well as Damian Jackson, who is the producer behind the doc Rise of the Synths.
Yeah, good stuff. March 10th, we have Cobra Wipeout, and we will see him, we're going to see him in Tampa with the rest of the Nightwave crew.
Yeah,
So,
like a whole bunch of them coming down. I think Faith and Glitch is coming down.
oh, it's going to be dope.
Cobra Wipeout, and who else? Oh, just a bunch of them.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, March 11th, Sinesis over in Spain. She's celebrating her birthday. Very cool producer and singer.
Very cool. March 12th, Radio Wolf, Rock Sun, and Let 'Em Riot, another artist that is going to be at Tampa, Florida. So,
Yeah,
very
the
good.
Neon Retro Fest. And let's see, March 14th, Benny from Neon Arcadia.
Yeah.
Every time his birthday comes around, I just think about March 14th, 2020, when we were all supposed to meet up in Brooklyn for his birthday and to see Starcadian
It's okay.
and Zarina
We're pushing
and Primo
through.
and
We pushed through the forest. We're now
Yes.
seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
yes,
and
there are events going on. We're going to get around to those
all
very
roads
soon.
end in neon.
Mhm.
So, all right. So, last but not least, March 16th, Mike Mendoza, hoo-ha, also Modern Night, and Neon 95 and Sebastian Svan.
An awesome producer, Mr. Svan.
Very good, very good. And that's it.
Yeah.
If you guys want a birthday announce, just go ahead and hit us up. Hit
Let
Jules
us know
up.
in the chats or on social media.
Very-
Let's play some tunes.
Yep.
German artist Vector 7 released yet another incredible single. So I'll tell you, the last couple of tracks we heard on the show, they've been at the top of my Spotify playlist, and so the last week I've been having tracks, just these 3 tracks especially, and this is the third one, Vector 7 with Rise of the Replicants right here on Night Ride FM.
And that was Rise of the Replicants by Vector 7. Yeah, I love his stuff. It's like very cyberpunky and all kinds of good stuff. And we're going to hit you with another one back-to-back tracks. I'm going to go ahead and set this one up here. This is British artist Luke Dawson Vincent, also known as LDV. He has a single out featuring another synthy artist named Roberto Montoya. This is LDV with Lightning Strikes featuring Robert Montoya right here on Night Ride FM. Enjoy. And that is LDV with Lightning Strikes. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Awesome track. I love the glammy rock.
Yeah.
80s feel of it.
Yeah, I dig that. All right, so we are here. We have a lot of touring and events coming up for you.
Yeah. So things are happening again. By the way, quick shout out to Egg Shen, who's dropped into the IRC chat to shake
buddy.
the pillars of heaven. Eggy.
Shout out to Eggy.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, so
let's kick it off.
all right, I am going to kick it off with from now until April 30th in Europe, we have Master Boot Record with Tour.exe, which is very awesome.
MBR on tour.
He's wicked on tour. Full band.
Yep.
Very cool.
Let's see. March 16th to 19th in Europe, the Protomen are on tour with Makeup and Vanity Set.
Ah, nice. And March 18th through the 31st in Europe, we have the Midnight, of course, with their Change Your Heart or Die tour. So if you are in Europe, you get your chance to see the Midnight.
Yep.
Very cool.
Let's see. March 25th in New York City, our friend Diamond Field is going to be playing at the Delancey.
Ah, that's awesome. He's great performer.
Yep.
March 31st, Retro Wave Barcelona with Oblique, The Last Concord, Barcelona 82, and that is in Barcelona, Spain. And also we have Space Wave with Absolute Valentine, We Are Magonia, who is not synthwave, and more. It's gonna be in Lyon, France.
Lyon, France.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
That place.
April 8th to the 29th in Europe, Le Brock's on tour.
Yes. Congratulations. It's getting late. April 14th through the 16th, this is going to be the Jam Neon Retro Fest featuring Svaro, Megatronics, Power Rob, Max Overdrive 1986, Ace Pro, ACP Pro, Starfarer, Velocity 128, Vine Kaiser, Marvel 83, just a bunch of people. You guys know.
You're supposed to do it all in one breath. Let 'em Riot, Betamax, Robert Parker, System Glitch, Watch Out for Snakes, Vampire Stepdad, Phaserland, Arcade High, Gregorio Franco, Stream Shore, Neutron Dreams, Michael Weber.
It's ridiculous. And us.
Oh yeah, and us.
We're doing a show down there.
We're gonna be live.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, we're doing our show on the 15th. April 15th. We will be doing it
for Saturday, yeah.
From the show floor. It's going to be
in
super...
the afternoon or something.
Yeah, be super
And we're
cool.
going to be joined by Car and Zoe Lee.
Yeah, and a bunch of awesome guests. So, very exciting. All right.
It's going to be awesome. All right, one last one. April 17th to May 28th in the USA, Synth Force 7 tour with TWRP and Magic Sword.
Very good.
The Faithful are on tour. Oh, and by the way, I wrote this down. Did we mention it earlier when we were talking to Tony and Michael? I mentioned that this hasn't been announced yet, but you're hearing it here because I'm just, I like to spread news. June 14th, Ollie Ride's going to be in LA.
What?
At the Troubadour in LA. And yeah, in May, Morgan Willis is going to be at the San Junipero, New York City gig with Faith in the Glitch. And then in June, he's going to be at San Junipero in LA with Jackson and Valentine.
I like how you're whispering it like the people are like in your house, like, wait, what are you saying? That is on the DL. We need a on the DL jingle or something.
There you go.
On
you know
the
what?
DL.
I'm going to post a link because we track all of this on our blog, the Synthwave Events calendar at nightride.fm. So I'm putting it in their chats. Folks, check it out. There are links to all the events. You can find your tickets if you need them. Where, when, how, who. Yeah.
Yeah. All that stuff.
Right.
All the verbs.
Yes.
Yes. Or adjectives. What are they? Adverbs?
Yeah. All of them.
Yeah. All those words and stuff.
Things, yeah.
Very good.
Stuff.
Let's play some synthwave.
All right. Let's okay, I'll launch this one, you launch the next one.
All right.
From across the pond in Leeds, Aztec artist Coastal released their newest single called Forever. It's a beautiful synthwave track, and you're going to listen to it right here on Night Ride FM.
And yes, that was Coastal with Forever. We are just about at the end of our show, but we have 2 more tracks. So I guess we're going to play this last track, and then we're going to do our little closing thing. We want to thank you guys for listening. We know it was our shows are getting a little bit longer, but we're really packing in some more music, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah.
We basically doubled the amount of music that we offer, so that's nice to be able to keep up. We're always trailing with Karin because she just sort of
she's just like 30, 40 tracks
goes to town. Yeah, but we'll be forever playing catch up with her, but it's nice. We get a nice little assortment like these wonderful ladies, Bunny X, and they just released a brand new track. This is a little sci-fi, a little cyberpunk based on a book. It is called The Forever War. So once again, here it is, Bunny X, Forever War, right here on Night Ride FM. Enjoy.
You can let them come to me. I'll control your fear. This time you can count on me. When the war is near, I'll protect you through the centuries. I swore I would. Just hold me in your memory. We'll keep them good. We'll keep them good.
We've traveled so many lifetimes that home means nothing anymore. But our son hasn't said it's not too late. It's not too late. Meet me at the fifth planet out of Rizar. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how long it takes.
You can let them come to me. I'll control your fear. This time you can count on me. When the war is near, I'll protect you through the centuries. I swore I would. Just hold me in your memory. We'll keep them good. We'll keep them good. In your eyes I'm forever frozen in the past of time dilation. We can find a way to make it last. In your eyes I'm forever frozen in the past of time dilation. We can find a way to make it last, oh, make it last.
And there it is. That is Bunny X with The Forever War.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that This is the first single off their final album, which is going to be called Love Minus 80. It's going to be dropping on the Aztec label. But yeah,
That's sad. I'm telling you, the synthwave is a revolving door,
yes.
and I
This
know
is their, in quotes, final album.
They-
Let's say that.
they do. They started doing some freestyle stuff, so maybe they're going to continue with music. Maybe it won't be synthwave. I don't know. I just don't believe it.
Yeah, no.
I'll believe it when I
It's-
see it,
Right?
because I love those ladies. And
Heck, we happen to know that they've got some live shows planned.
yes, we
Where
know
or when,
a
but
little something. Something might be related to somebody we
Something-
talked to this evening.
Say no more, say no more.
Something on the DL. Just saying.
Yep.
Anyway, so that's our show. We want to thank, of course, the wonderful people at The Last Deal. We have Michael, Knight, and Tony. And yeah, man, great stuff. That is a really cool movie. You're gonna dig it. It's very reminiscent of like that Dry vibe, but it's more like noir and just really well done. It's an indie flick, and you know we're all about supporting indie projects. So very guerrilla
right.
style, but cool. Like just a big film on an indie budget. I love it when you can pull that off. It's like magic sometimes, you know. But it's a very well done movie. Check it out on any of the streaming platforms if you are in the U.S. If not, we'll hook you up with some ways
Yep.
on the DL to get that flick.
Yeah. So, what? By the way, you can support us or Night Ride FM
Yeah, if you want to
by
support
becoming
us,
a Patreon.
you can.
Just, head over to patreon.com/NightRideFM
Or you
and
can
keep
go
the servers running.
to thestateofsyn.com. You can do that as well. Click in the top right-hand corner. You could buy us a beer. You can buy us a couple beers. Whatever you want. Whatever you're
Or
fancy.
the cheaper option would be to fly down to Tampa and come buy us a beer in person.
That's right. That's right. So there you go. And you get some free synthwave as well. After you buy your tickets, of course. But yeah, we would love to meet you guys down in Tampa because it is going to be a great time. We're going to be doing our show live down there, and it's going to be a big hot mess. We're going to hopefully broadcast it on the air if we can make that all happen. I'm remaining hopeful. So yeah, it's going to be a thing. And that's our
by
show.
the way, yeah, you can also listen to us on Sundays down in New Zealand on Retro Hit Radio, our Kiwi friends. We want to say hi to y'all. Head retrohitradio.co.nz, 24/7 synthwave radio, just like Night Ride,
Yep.
but on the flip side of the world.
Indeed. So quick shout out to all the IRC people, all the people on YouTube in the
yes.
Discord. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. One more shout out, and somebody popped into the YouTube. Xeroxoxorex.
Nice. That is
It's a palindrome, I think.
A
Xeroxoxorex.
Well, very good. We're going to end it on a palindrome and also on a little tune by the Midnight.
Yeah.
So, great.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we're going to play you out. Latest single by LA artist The Midnight, which is featured in the video game Road 96 Mile Zero. This is Landlocked Heart by The Midnight. And from all of us here at Night Ride FM, we want to say good night.
And thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Oh, hey, yeah, next week, our guest is, Sunglasses Kid.
What? Get out of town. Gotta love it.